Benny! Benny and the Jets! What's up, fools? Welcome back to the Chop Shop. And I slightly fibbed to you. I know I told you we were going to work on the Lightning on the next episode, but it's probably going to be the next episode again. Main reason being, I have something real quick that I want to do, and it's the wife's truck, and she actually has like an interest in vehicles. Obviously, she has a Ford Lightning, but she asks a lot of questions and is like actually like eager to learn. So given the opportunity, I'm gonna bring her out here and let her kind of like tear this down a little bit with me and kind of learn as she goes. So her and I can converse things better and make a decision the way that she really wants to go with this thing. But what we're gonna knock out real quick today is Sandy is running a bit rich. So for Christmas, I got some Jets. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with these or not, but this is a Thompson Performance, and this thing is actually pretty cool. I'm going to show you what it does here in just a minute, but I got to get old Sandy moved back here. Pulled everything forward as you saw in the last episode. I had all the trucks in here because it was like -5 degrees and dumping like 2 feet of snow on us with 50-mile-an-hour winds. And we were in a state of emergency. Fast forward a couple days later, it's almost 60 degrees. So you gotta love northern Indiana, southern Michigan. But let's get this old girl pulled back and we'll start wrenching. Alright, so I'm not going to let it run real long. Reason being is obviously I'm saying that it runs rich and it'll suffocate me out of this garage so fast. I've talked to a couple people. It just doesn't run perfect, okay? And I've had a lot of people say that it's likely running lean, and by no means am I no engine tuning pro or anything like that. But just a quick Google blip. Why are words so hard? A quick Google search basically on spark plugs and what they should look like when your vehicle is running right. And these are they're set up pretty good. This is just one from each side. So I believe these Holley 600 vacuum secondaries come with a 65 from the factory, and the jet kit that I got is 60 to 70s. So I think I'm going to jump it down to a 63, just not to get too crazy with it. See how she acts. But first things first, this thing is super easy to install. I'm going to do this and show you what it does. I'm actually kind of excited about this. Personal opinion, they are severely overpriced, but the internet actually seems to really favor these things. I don't really know how to explain to you what they do, so I'm just going to show you. Okay, so I went ahead and threw the plugs back in, got my air filter off. Also, I might be able to like double stack them or something, but I might have to ditch these valve covers. As much as I love them, they're super cool to look at, but they're cheap eBay guys. And I'm on my third set of valve cover gaskets, and they just continue to leak. I'm super annoyed about it. But basically, long story short, what this guy does, and I'm going to try and show you if I can. When you crack your throttle, you get a squirt out of your carburetor right up here. And I might be better off just taking this off. Let me pull this off real quick. Okay, air cleaner out of the way. What am I looking at? This little squirter right here, just that little screw. And what that does is when you kick the throttle, it gives you a squirt, obviously, of fuel. But it literally just sprays 2 straight jets in there. And what this guy does is it basically turns it into like a mist. It kind of like atomizes the fuel before going in the carburetor for better distribution. So, and again, small little thing, but a lot of people are swearing by these. So I'm going to see if I can actually get the squirter in action and then try to not drop said squirter into carburetor while I install this, because see, there ain't no room in there. So this process is super easy, but also very tight, because I don't feel like tearing all this apart. So let's make her happen. Might say she's a smidgen rich, but oh yeah, you can see her. Get that plate in there and see how she likes it. Okay, being honest, I was gonna try and make this happen all in here, basically because I didn't feel like pulling the carburetor. But I really don't want to drop anything down the hole, because then I'm pulling everything. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just pull the carburetor off, which is cool because that's gonna let you guys see everything better anyways. I just really don't want to drop anything down the carburetor or into the intake manifold, or then I'm pulling the intake manifold, trying to fish stuff out of the intake ports if I'm even able to get it. So we're gonna go ahead and just pull that off real quick. Went ahead, took the squirter out, no big deal. It's literally just a screw, and all this plate does is goes underneath. You line everything up, and when your fuel stream hits the bottom of this plate, it causes everything to kind of mist and atomize. So go ahead, get this bad boy back in there, pop it apart, throw some jets in it, and I got some springs laying around, so I might change my secondary springs. There it is, guys. I mean, it's super simple. It's tight in there with your choke in the way, but I mean, very doable. I just used a pair of needle nose and screwdriver. It's the only two tools you need to make her happen. We'll see what she does when we get her back on. But go ahead and pop this bowl off, these fuel lines, and I'm gonna get these smaller jets in there. Okay, so I know I said I was pulling off the float, but I decided to go ahead and do my secondary spring first. And basically, you just pull your choke off to get your little pod there. And if you get online, you can find the sheet, but these are all color coded. And I'm actually going with the second lightest spring. And I know that, saying that it runs rich and then maybe going second lightest spring for my secondaries may sound counterproductive, but on a handful of like engine masters where they dyno tune and try to check out anything and everything you can about engines, carburetors, intake manifolds, compression, and everything, they said more often than not, even with the lightest spring in here, a lot of times these secondaries struggle to open. So I'm going to go second lightest and then down to jet size and see what happens. So got the float off, or the bowl off, float bowl, whatever, and it's got my jet kit right here, and there's no way you're gonna be able to see it because they're itty bitty. These are the factory jets. They are 65s, And I'm gonna bump down to a 62. So not a dramatic change. And forgive me as I'm not giving you any tips here because this is the first time I've ever done this. But hopefully it will give you the inspiration to go do it. And I'm kind of just trying to find a happy medium here. Like I said, so I'm pulling a little bit of jet out of the mains, but I put a lighter spring in the secondaries. So I'm kind of hoping that's going to give us a nice happy medium there. And you don't need any fancy tools to do this. I think I'm using a couple screwdrivers and like a socket is all it's taking me to do this. So don't be afraid to dig in and knock this out. Got the carburetor already installed. What I'm going to do right now, real quick, is just disconnect the coil. Let this build some fuel back up in the float bowls and whatnot, and fire her up. We got fuels in there. That's a good sign. Hook our coil back up. Fire this bitch up. Better. Had to fix my spring. My return spring kind of flopped sideways. Oh, guys, I think it's still just a smidgen rich. I think I could have pulled a little bit of fuel out of it. But even before, at idle, warm, if I were to pull this thing at higher RPM and hold it, you could feel it missing. And oh, dude, she's solid. Again, she's not even warm all the way. Let's see if I can show you those Thompson plate that I installed. Let me see if I can show you how that's working. Now before, you can see it was just squirting out just a legit stream. Now it should be a mist. Oh yeah! Dude, that's so much better. Hell yeah. I wish it wasn't dark so I could go for a drive. Alright, next day, we got some sunlight. I'm gonna go drive her around for a little bit and maybe play with the timing a little bit and see where she's the most happy. But we'll let her get some temp in here and go for a cruise. Fires up good. Alright, let's do this. Let's swing out, put a couple gallons of gas in this thing, let her get at the temp. A few rips, see how she feels. Oh, it's a tight squeeze. Life does not leave me very much room to get my truck out of this garage. See this hat? see how she feels. Feels like it's losing power steering fluid again. Or low on fluid again. Clutch like fucking Z-bar stick sometimes. Now he puts a damper on me getting down. Definitely feels better at open throttle. Definitely. And let's pull over. Give her timing a little wiggle here. See if she likes that. I don't have the timing gun, so I'm kind of just advancing it by, hearing the idle go up a little bit. But see what that did. Oh, it already feels better. Feels like that little bog when you first start accelerating is gone. Just giving her a couple degrees. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. One more time, just a few more. Just a smidge. Sounds like I can turn the idle down just a little bit now. One thing I miss about living in the middle of nowhere is being able to rip donuts and burnouts whenever I want to. I mean, I still kind of do it anyways, but. Oh yeah. She's way more happy. I wish it was dry so I could feel how it's accelerating. Wow, she got all the power. Yeah. That's motor good. Fuck yeah. At this church. enough tests and a beating on this thing. I have to say that she's definitely running better. Need to get that damn C-bar clutch figured out. I don't know if it just needs greased or if I got stuff tightened too much. But definitely on a clutch kick, when I would like to bank shift, sometimes that clutch pedal will get stuck down, and that's a major buzzkill. Plus, it makes you look like you can't drive. Not that I'm like a pro driver or anything, but definitely drive better than that. Yeah, maybe we'll convince the wife to go out and fucking grab some ice cream in this cold weather. It scared the bejesus out of her. I don't think she's ever been sideways in a truck with me like that. Squeeze through this narrow gap here. Shoot the gap! Shoot the gap! Don't scratch the trucks! That makes me happy. She runs so good. So good. So right. I got you. Oh, I feel good. All right, y'all. I think maybe that's enough breaking the law for one episode. That's a good girl. Good girl, Sandy. I'd just like to mention again that I'm not a pro by any means, and this is my first time actually like diving into a carburetor, and it made a dramatic difference. I think I have like $10 in the jet kit. I bought that CARB rebuild kit forever ago, and they're getting kind of pricey. I think they're like $30 now, which is a bit pricey for basically some gaskets, but whatever. And that spring kit also I bought forever ago, but I think it was like $10 too. So for $20, I made a dramatic difference in the way this thing ran, because it for sure spat and sputtered under, I mean, even just idling here in the garage. If you rev that thing up to, I don't know, $3,000 and held it there, you could feel it breaking up. That's gone. Under full throttle, it's gone. If you listen real closely, when I was spinning around ripping the donuts in that church parking lot, it was breaking up just a little bit. But I did advance the timing, 2 more times after that, and each time it felt better. That's about as far as I'm willing to go without a timing gun. But guys, you know, if your stuff's not running right or you're afraid to dig into it, don't be, because I don't always know what I'm doing. I try to make that very clear in this channel, as I'm no pro. I'm just not necessarily afraid to dive into it and make some shit happen. So you can go do this. So like, subscribe, and share. Get your butt off the couch. Put the potato chips down. Put your TikTok down. Stop watching them titties bounce. I know it's hard, but go do something. New year, new you. That lame ass line. Go do some cool shit, man. This could be your year to be out ripping donuts and something old school, making people jealous, breaking the law. Go do it. I'm out.